Welcome to the Mormon to Medium podcast, where we'll talk about spirituality, the paranormal, religion, and my journey going from Mormon to medium. I'm Nannette Wride. Thanks for listening. Now let's go have some fun.
Don't be afraid. Close your eyes. There's a moon overhead, but the sun will rise.
Welcome to the Mormon to Medium podcast. We are super excited to talk to you today, and I believe,
do you know what?
Brad,
I think you're only excited to just let everyone know, hey, Nan won the bet. And I will throw that out there from last episode. I was
a
wrong.
dick.
Wow. Well, that escalated quickly. No, I was wrong. I don't think I was a dick.
A lady never says her age, Brad.
And you didn't.
I didn't. You did. And I won $100 just for the record.
To be fair, I beeped it out. No one knows unless you've told them.
I have not told them.
All
unless you're really close to me and then you really know my age.
Yeah, so I was wrong, and I apologize for my inadvertent gaslighting. I could swear I didn't say it, but yeah, I need to pay a little bit more attention to the words that come out of my mouth. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I like the $100.
Yeah.
It's cool. And I love being right.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's all right. I guess we all like being right once in a while. Can I have a turn?
Sure, I'll try to let you be right.
Thank you. So, hey, what are we talking about today?
You know, I've had some clients ask a couple questions. And so I thought that we would address those questions today and kind of just put them out there for other people that might be wondering the same things.
Perfect. Well, let's have it. Wait a minute. Is this questions that I can help with, or are these just Nan specific?
No, there are questions you can help with. You're married to Nan and you live this life too, and you're just as gifted as I am. So I'd love to hear your input about it. I mean, yeah, they're good questions.
All right, let's roll.
Okay, so the first question that I keep getting over and over and over are by people that are interested in being mentored by me and doing one-on-one training for psychic medium stuff. Mm-hmm. And they want to know the difference between your intuition and spirit talking to you. How do they differentiate between those two?
Okay, so how do you differentiate? Because for me, I think, well, if my intuition is the same thing as spirit, or if I get that hint of, hey, something's up, it kind of just all feels the same.
It feels the same to you?
I don't know how it would be different. So help me understand how it might be different.
Does your intuition give you piloerection, Brad?
At times.
No, that would be spirit, not intuition.
I don't know, because I've had incidents where something's going on and you get that feeling on the back of your neck that, hey, this is off, this is wrong. I've always called that intuition. So are you saying that that's not ever been intuition, that's been spirit or an outside influence?
That's going to be spirit.
So how do you know when it's something coming from your own intuition and your own ability to recognize that there's something wrong?
So your intuition actually comes from your solar plexus chakra. So that's right where your stomach is, you know, where your rib cage meets. Mm-hmm. And that is your place of personal power. It's also your gut instinct and your intuition. So, and remember, the chakras are spinning plates, so they run into each other. So your solar plexus, bumps into your heart chakra, and it also gets energy from the sacral chakra, who gets energy from the root chakra. You're following, right?
Yeah.
So it runs all into each other, kind of bleeds together like running mascara, right? When you don't have a beaver dam. And remember, a beaver dam is always going to be a trauma, an old belief system, or a trapped emotion. Okay. And the old belief system can be generational, but those are beaver dams always, always, always in the energy fields. So what an intuition is it's something that comes from the inside of you. It's part of who you are as a spirit, and it'll just be like a knowing or just this gut feeling that's going on. But when spirit talks to you, it's an outside source affecting you. So, for example, when we were in Astoria, Oregon, remember when we went on the ghost hunt there? We kept getting piloerection. We kept feeling cold spots.
And for those of you who haven't listened to the show before, piloerection is basically goosebumps.
Yeah.
When the hair on your arm or your neck or somewhere on your body stands up.
Or like your whole body, when the hair on your head all the way down to your toes is just standing straight up. That is from an outside source. And so you have to start to pay attention and realize that's not coming from the inside of me. This is coming from somewhere else.
So essentially, if I'm getting a feeling on something that does not jive with my past experience or knowledge, then that's something from spirit.
Yes. Yeah. So you could be driving along, and thinking about what you're going to make for dinner.
You guys are missing this because Nan is doing driving the car actions with her hands.
Hey.
She's like, you're driving along and her hands are just going like she's turning a steering wheel.
But you could be thinking about, what you're going to make for dinner, or, what you're going to do with your grandkids, or a million different other things. And then all of a sudden you'll get this outside feeling or outside information that's not you thinking, that just pops in.
Like slow down right now before you hit a kid.
Or, veer to the right now. And you just do it, and then all of a sudden you almost hit a kid.
On that one SR road.
On that one SR road, yeah. In the middle of the night, in the dark. Yeah, that one. Yeah, so that's spirit intervening and coming in. Usually it's going to be your spirit guides because they're with you all the time.
Well, let's go back to that experience.
Okay.
I want you to share that experience that we just brought up because nobody understands what we're talking about right now. They're like, what?
Okay.
What is this?
What? They haven't listened to that episode? Rude.
Well, let's catch them up.
Okay, we'll catch you up. So I had been training for days and days and days at an energy classes, a lot of energy classes. And it was like 16 hours a day. Anyways, it was really late at night, like 10:30 at night. And I was headed
so late
back. Well, it is for me. Okay. I was headed back to my house. And I lived out in the country, so there's no streetlights. It's completely blacked out there. Lots of farmland, things like that. And as I came around, I call it the 1 SR road, and Brad knows because he was a state trooper, and he calls it SR. I don't even know what the flip it is. What road is that?
I don't even remember now.
You don't remember? Hopefully it'll pop in. Anyways, he always knows when I call it the SR road. He knows exactly which road it is that I'm talking about. But anyways, I come around a little bit of a bend and I see a kid down in against a fence off to the right. And I'm headed west. Okay. And then all of a sudden, something from outside of me says very loudly, "Brake and pull right now." And it still makes me want to cry because it was terrifying. Sorry.
You're good.
Dude, I have some
traumatic.
trauma about it.
It seems like you need a balance.
Anyways, and I've had lots of balances about it, but you never get used to almost killing somebody. So this kid had stood in front of my car. So he had hurried and run from the right and run across into the road and was standing in front of my car and wanted to be hit by the car. And the spirit told me to hurry and brake and pull to the right so that I missed him. And he rolled up the side of my driver's side car. It was a brand new car. It was terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. Well, and typically you would react by hitting the brakes and swerving left to go the opposite way of where this person was. So pretty crazy that you got that inspiration to, oh, hey, I need to go right.
Oh, and it wasn't even inspiration. It was a voice and it was loud. And I'm a really good minder. I always say that. And so I just hurried and did it. I didn't even realize why I was doing it other than I was told to do it. And then it all made sense when I saw what he hit and he rolled up, like he dented the side and dented my door. And that's when I didn't see him anymore because it was so dark. By the time he got to the driver's side window, I didn't see him anymore. So I didn't know if he was laying in the middle of the road or what. But what he had tried to do is the car that came behind me, I was clear down the road screaming. He stood in front of them too. So I knew he was alive, but he ended up going to the hospital and going to the psych ward and all the things. But
getting the help he needed.
And he got the help that he needed. Yeah.
But yeah, Nan called me up and said, hey, I just about hit a kid on that 1 SR road. It was SR 77. But, That's why it's that one SR
Yep.
road.
Yep.
But that's a really good example of listening to your guides and listening to that outside voice, right? So do you have a similar example of following your intuition?
Oh, lots of times. So many times. For example, with the COVID shot, when it came along, I knew from my intuition, I knew something was wrong. Something's wrong with this whole thing. It felt like nails on a chalkboard to my soul. Like, remember when we were dating and I kept going to sacrament meeting over and over and over, and I kept telling you it felt like a sandpaper suit on me.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, sacrament meeting is the main church meeting for the Mormon church.
Right. But it was like
Wait, can I say Mormon?
yeah.
Okay.
You can on this
Are they going to sue
show.
us like they did John DeLynn?
Good luck.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Anyway, I digress. So you would go to sacrament meeting.
It just felt like a sandpaper suit. So again, my intuition was like, you're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. This doesn't jive with who you are. It wasn't an outside source telling me anything. It was my soul telling me this isn't us.
Gotcha.
Don't do this. And I get that a lot. And it's very different. It's funny because the Mormon church teaches, that you have a still small voice, but that still small voice, spirit comes through like a whisper, and you have to really, really listen. Almost like I'll take you through an exercise. Okay. If you say apple out loud.
Apple.
Okay. Now I want you to close your eyes.
I thought you were going to tell me now hold your tongue and say it. Do you remember doing that when you were in elementary school?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. You just brought such memories back. Or look down your shirt and spell attic.
I don't understand that one.
Look down your shirt, Brad, and spell attic. ATTIC.
ATTIC. Aha.
The 14-year-old finally gets it.
There's two of them. Oh my gosh. I literally just said and spelled it. I'm like, what? I don't. Okay. Thank you.
And that's what happens when you're married to an Aries. She rubs off a little bit. Usually it's me that doesn't get it.
Right?
So that's funny.
That is weird. What's wrong with me?
Do you want me to list the things?
I'm worried now. I must need some food. I've got to go get dinner.
Yeah, you do need dinner. Navajo tacos for us.
Sounds awesome. So anyway, that was a feeling of, hey, that's my own intuition. That's a problem because it came from within you.
Yes. Yeah.
Now tell me about the correlation. For example, the Mormon Holy Ghost versus intuition versus
I was
inspiration.
I was just having you do a little exercise, remember?
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to have you take
Say apple.
Yeah, you said apple. Now I want you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and blow out. Don't blow it in the mic. Okay. And I'll say apple in your head. Can you still hear apple?
Yes.
Okay. That second one, when you hear apple in your head, is how spirit sounds when it's talking to you, but it's not you saying it.
Gotcha.
It's something else. So
So what is it when I hear, hey, dumbass?
Do you really hear that?
Don't you?
It's usually me.
Hey, that makes so much more sense. Hey, dumbass. What are you doing now? I can just, I can see like my guardian angels and spirit team just rolling their eyes like, you dumbass. What in the world are you thinking?
Whatever.
Are you kidding me?
You don't do dumb shit. So I don't know. Like your motto for this life, and it needs to be on your headstone, is don't do stupid shit. Like you absolutely don't. You're funny. But I think that your spirit guides are like a bunch of rockers that sit back there, and a couple of them are like drinking a beer, and they're total chill.
So you're saying my spirit guide team is a bunch of stoners?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
No, I think that they're a bunch of rockers. I really do. If you don't know this about
gosh.
Brad, he loves every genre of music, and his life. Oh, by the way, I got to tell you, his life is a literal musical. Okay.
Oh my God.
So yesterday, where did you go? Oh, he went to go give blood. Okay, so he has alien blood. So he goes and he gives alien blood.
Oh,
And-
negative. I'm a universal donor. I help lots of people.
So unvaxxed and O negative. So he's got perfect blood. Okay. Anyways, he had called me and then he had forgotten to hang up the phone. No, he hung up the phone, but then he butt dialed me. That's what it was. And so I answered back, but then he didn't realize he had butt dialed me. And so he's literally talking to people, road raging in song. And he didn't believe me when he got home, but I still had my phone on sitting there and he would be talking to me and it's coming through on the phone. I said, "You've been singing this whole way back." And he goes, "How do you know?" And I'm like, "Because I've been listening to you." And he didn't even know.
So there's a glimpse into my private life.
That I didn't even know.
My life is a musical.
It is a musical.
Judge me on your own time.
It's so funny.
Everyone does that, right?
Brad, you don't even sing in the shower like that. He's like, "This city just passed me. Oh my gosh. It's like, you're just like, he's just making shit up. It was so funny.
So you're saying I just need to be mic'd all the time?
You need a reality show. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my gosh, you're the reality.
Whatever. I love you though.
I know. I know. First you call me out for being wrong. Then you have to tell everyone my deep, dark secret that I live in a musical.
I told you I had a list.
You have a list. Is that what's wrong or is that what's wonderful about me?
Both.
Thank you.
You're some kind of twisted though.
I prefer to call it fabulous.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, you've had a lot of people asking you about how to tell the difference. And so there it is.
There it is. There it is.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So you also mentioned before we even started that you'd had a lot of people talking to you about processing trauma as well.
Right.
Is that something that is related to listening to your spirit team or your intuition, do you think?
I'm sure that they'll protect you. I mean, just like the brain protects you. But I help people with traumas. Like I said, it's a beaver dam, right? All the time. And the body and the energy holds trauma. So think about it. If you are experiencing a trauma, you're going to go into fight or flight, right? So
or freeze.
Or freeze.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Fight, flight, or freeze.
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
What does the body
that
do?
mean?
What does the body do? What's the first muscles that kick in when you go into fight, flight, or freeze?
Well, your core kicks in and you get tense. Your jaws tense up. Mm-hmm. You hold everything tight and close.
Right. So if you experience, let's say you experience a trauma when you're a child, say 3 years old,
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to hold that trauma in your muscles and in your energy?
Well, because I know you, yes. The body keeps score, right? We talked about that book and that concept.
Yeah. So you'll hold it until the body feels safe to release it. And a lot of times the body won't feel safe. And so it'll cause dis-ease. So you'll start to get sick. People will have like low back issues because we hold it, a lot of it in our hips because we have all of those fight or flight muscles that are in our hips, like our quads and our hamstrings and our gluteus medius. So all of our butt muscles, all of our leg muscles and all those really deep muscles that like your psoas muscle that's clear inside your hip. And they can be very, very painful if you're holding it for very long. So I wouldn't say I like to do this, but I watch how people walk, especially when we were to dinner the other night. We went to a restaurant that's by the mall or in the mall actually. And I watched people walk and I'm like, oh, this is this, or this, I can see the muscles that aren't firing. And so by knowing those muscles and knowing the beaver dam that causes the muscles not to fire, I can pretty much tell you what's going on with the person or what's happened in their life, which is really, really cool because it's the language of the body.
So quick question with that. A lot of people, when they have a serious trauma, the mind and body will basically erase that from their memory.
The body won't, the mind will.
Right. So it gets erased though. And
well, it gets blocked. Yeah.
So when that happens, is that something that you can help correct as well? Because a lot of people will have, say, childhood trauma and they can't remember parts of their childhood, or religious trauma and they go into a church or the temple and go, I have no idea what I just heard or saw. Is that something that working through these muscle and energy beaver dams can help bring back?
It depends on how traumatic it is. See, the brain is all-knowing, and the body is very, very, very smart, and it will shut down systems to keep you safe and alive. That's its job, is those two things: keep you safe and keep you alive. And we'll never do a balance, an energy balance, that doesn't still continue to do those things. So things will bubble up that's safe to heal now when we're doing it. And sometimes it takes a couple of baby steps to get in there, but yes and no. I've had a lot of clients that don't remember their childhood at all, but their body remembers and their energy remembers. And so when we start to talk about it and they start to feel a little bit, they get glimpses, but they might not get all of it because it would just be too much.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's crazy what people have gone through, and it's heartbreaking. The things that they've had to block, the brain has had to block in order to keep them safe.
Right.
So we can process it in the energy and in the body while you see just glimpses and you just release it.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that makes sense because balances that you've done for me, and you've said, okay, the word is, traumatic at 16 and it's a male energy. Do you know what this is? You're right. Because I don't always know what it is, but sometimes it'll come to me later. I'm like, oh shit, she's talking about this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the brain will keep processing and try to put things together when it's processing things out. So you always have to remember you have to heal body, mind, and soul. And so I'm working with the spirit or your energy, right? So I'm doing the soul part with you, and I'm releasing those beautiful muscles that have been holding that tense, traumatic energy for forever. And I release them so that they can take a big, deep breath and be like, okay, I'm safe. I can do this. And then you're the one that for weeks after a balance will process in the brain. And you just have to remember, I'm releasing. And sometimes it'll bring up emotions. Sometimes it'll, you want to punch something or cry or scream or whatever, but you do it. And then you wad it up and give it back to the universe. And because you're releasing, right? And once you release it, you don't have to address it again. But sometimes we want to hold on to those things. And so we keep addressing it until you can completely release it. So the body, like I said, is so smart, and it'll do what is safe for you to do.
Well, and the work you do is a really good complement for traditional therapy. Like they go together very well.
That is true. Yeah. I do have quite a few therapists that love what I do and have actually been to me. So very cool. But they go hand in hand. Like I said, you have to heal body, mind, and soul. And talk therapy does that mind thing, so you can sort things out. And I call it sitting in your shit, because when you're processing in your brain or stinking thinking, we always say that too. You have to process, and there's so many times that myself I've had to stink and think, and I do it all night long, and I've had clients that have been like, why don't you just go in and balance this? And it's because I have to process it first and be ready to balance it. I know I can balance it.
Well,
That's
the thing
not the
is,
problem.
you can do balances all day long, but until your body's ready to release, it doesn't make a difference, right?
100%. Yep. And you can feel when it's ready. And that's what I always tell my clients. They're like, so how many times do I need to come in? And I'm like, that's it. I'm not like a chiropractor. I don't say you have to come in 3 times next week and 2 times the week after. You're going to come in when you don't feel absolutely blissed out like you do when you leave after a balance. When it starts to feel uncomfortable and you're like, no, I've got some energy here that is ready to come out and I'm ready to release. So we work on that. And then pretty soon we've bubbled up everything that has to bubble up, and you don't need me anymore. And we just go to lunch or something, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Got it. Very cool. So even though, you had mentioned earlier that you've done a lot of balances for that incident where you almost hit that kid, it really brought up some strong emotions. So does that mean your body was probably not ready to release that at the time? And so you've still got work to do regarding that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, just crying, yawning, all that kind of stuff is a release. And when that bubbled up, it was like my body was telling me, "Hey, Nan, we got some stuff in here. We gotta release." I mean, and I know the kid's great now. He's absolutely great. He's happy in his life and all the things. I know he's safe. But that moment that you took me back to was extremely traumatic. And I guess I still have some more to go. I'm not perfect.
No, that's crazy though to think, okay, even after all of these years, there's still some of that there. And even after the work you've done, it just kind of goes to show that there is always something more to do to improve on your spiritual, mental, emotional, physical health.
Right. Well, that's why they call it a journey, right? It's not a destination. This is a journey and it's ongoing. It's like every single time I do a reading, Spirit teaches me something new every single time. And it's awesome. It's like, I think I've arrived, and then I go into a reading and I'm like, oh my gosh, I learned this and this and this and this and this. And it's lessons that I needed to learn. It's expanding my psychic medium vocabulary. Like, oh, I learned that this means this. And when I see this, it means this. And like, I'm constantly learning. And thank goodness I know I'm a big sponge. And I love to learn. I know my spirit guides know that. I think that they get tired of giving me stuff though. But
well, and I think it, just like with anything, right? As soon as you're like, oh, I am the expert, I know everything about this. That's when, you don't. You definitely don't.
No. Well, and that is one thing, knock on wood. I've never had an ego about any of it. I'm always so humbled that I get to do this and that I get to work with spirit. It's my favorite thing, because spirit is so honest and kind and fun. I mean, I have spirits that won't even show me gunshot wounds because of the trauma I've been through. They don't show me. They'll let me feel like a burning sensation, like in the head or, in the chest or whatever. And I know that that's my sign for it, but they won't show it to me. Because remember, my main gift is that of sight. They will not show that to me, or they'll skirt around it. Like if the spirit has died in a bad way like that, they'll be like, you don't want to know. Yeah. And then that's my big clue that that's what happened.
So Nan, if somebody wanted to come in and work with you and get either a reading or sit down and do a balance and work out some of these beaver dams and work through some of this trauma, what's the best way for them to do that?
You can go on my website, zenergysage.com. That's the best way, and get on my calendar. There's a lot of things that I offer, so it's depending on where you're at on your spiritual journey. And if you have questions, you can always email us, and we're very happy to answer them either in this forum or just privately in an email or a text back.
And that email is info@mormontomediumpodcast.com. But they could also reach out to you on social media, right? Because
yes,
you're on Instagram and all the places, right?
Yes. And you know what? We have a lot of new things coming, so watch for them. Get on those socials and go like and subscribe to us and watch for what's coming down the pike. It's going to be fun.
And we'll see you
on the other side of the veil.